Got up this morning on the right side of the bed with all these crazy thoughts screaming through my head. I can't wait to see what this world holds for me. Oh, it's a new day. Oh, it's a new day. The moment the limousine pulled into the parking lot of Caroline High, the student-body faculty knew something was up. Celestia and Luna, standing at the front of the school as they did every year, watched, and the words from the former's mouth said it all. Oh shit. The front burst open, and a man in alligator leather pads, cowboy boots, and an open, shirtless vest burst out of the front passenger seat, his mirror shades reflecting the morning sun. Good morning, Vietnam, he called out, to the suddenly assembling of students that realized that Discord, yes, Discord, was in their midst. With attention firmly on him, he sauntered over to both educators, huge bouquets of daisies in hand. Passing them over to each lady, he waggled his eyebrows and pranced around them, singing, Hey, it teats, not like for school, since I'm no fool, since that's not cool, it makes you drool, and that's the rule. And then held out a packet of oatmeal and added, Care for some gruel, it gives me fuel towards that music's pool, because that's my cool. Both Celestia and Luna laughed and grinned earnestly. It's been a long time, Dee. Celestia told him with a note of fondness in his voice. Too long. Heard you snagged yourself as a young, strapping young lad. He told her, You should come over to the penthouse sometime. We'll do dinner. He kissed her on the cheek. Then the same for Luna. It's been a long time since I seen you two, Spooky. Congrats on the engagement. Yeah, thanks. How did you hear about that? News travels fast where I go, he said breezily. That and Velvet told me. So what brings you here other than to harass my students? Luna asked her. Your students? Celestia nodded. I got promoted to regional assistant superintendent, although technically I'm still principal for the last year here at Transition. Luna's taking over as CHS principal now. Already got her vice principal inside going over the daily stuff with the faculty. I see someone's moving up in the world. About time, too. She's earned it. Celestia said, Luna blushed slightly. Anyway, you were saying. Oh, yeah, he chirped. Then runs back to the limo. Ladies and gentlemen, especially those of you who have no idea what either of those words mean, this is clearly why you're here at school. He crowed. It is my honor, my duty, and my general screw of the world nature to present to you the ladies who so finally grace this location. He then opened the door. Okay, showtime. Out stepped the girls, feeling both on display and having the attention of the entire school. For them all, it was more than a bit overwhelming, admittedly, as they had never stepped into the school in situations such as this. Albzac, the first to step out, was completely overwhelmed, trying not to look completely mortified as she exited the vehicle, walking towards the school, waving and hoping not many people were taking pictures. Next was Pinkie Pie, who bounced around, saying out, You like me! You like me! Thank you! As he blew kisses to the crowd, went and shook a few of her friends' hands, also made her way to the school. Next up was Rainbow Dash, who took it in stride. Sliding on her Ray-Bans, she waved at them all, basking in the unexpected alteration, waving at her teammates and making sure she had the attention of Soren, who was looking at her with sudden surprise. She lowered her shades, gave him the look, smiled, blew him a kiss before making her way into school as well. Rarity was next, and she soaked in the adulation, just as Rainbow did, practically voguing as she walked up the hallway towards the school entrance. She knew she had the attention of several other students, friends and fellow members of fashion and other clubs. At a distance, she could see Debonair and Lance laugh slightly. The two would no doubt have much to talk about after school during their club meeting today. But after a few seconds, she too vanished to the school's innards, ready for the year. Second to last was Fluttershy, and although she hesitated at first, she then felt the item on her back, her talisman, giving her confidence. She stepped out of the limousine, calm, collected, a striking posture as she had when she was briefly modeling for Rarity during the freshman year. Students noted the absolute change in the chiffon-haired girl, and watched with awe as she strode calmly towards the school, not hiding behind her hair, with a guitar on her back, feeling calm and collected. This was not the timid rabbit that had been there this time last year, but instead the daughter of a rock star, used to the attention, and while not basking in it, announcing her life as she knew it was no more. Finally, the last girl stepped clear in the limousine, and with Fluttershy radiated a calm that no one had expected from her. Sunset Shimmer, the girl that had been known as the go-to girl of Canterlot High, now assumed a new title on the spot, Queen of Canterlot High. With a regal bearing born of what publicly had been announced of her, the young royal moved towards the school, taller, more collected, and vastly different than what many had remembered from the end of the school year. Rumors and chatter were given in muted hushes as she walked past. Was she really a princess? Did the joke of her being a spoiled princess once still apply now that the information had come out about her parentage? How different was the girl that the school once hated, than had grown to respect and admire? Would they idolize her? And the Sunset's growth spurt had changed from a very beautiful girl to a practical porn star perfection, caught the attention of practically every guy, and a few girls as well. Woo! Present, what hope did those less than ideal girls have? Sunset gave them all a ghastly smile and waved, pausing before the crowd while in the mill. I'm still the Sunset you know, she told everyone. I know you've heard about me, but I'm not my title or my family or wealth. I'm still going to be the girl to reach out to if you need help. With that, she continued to move on, making sure she walked past Flash. The two connected eyes. The look in a cocky one, all but telling her that, princess or not, he still got to know her inside and out. And quite inside. Woo! In response, she angled her head slightly, gave him an imperious look, reminding him that she was no normal girl anymore. And that was now she was taller than he was, so she looked down at him, literally as she did metaphorically. Then the moment was over and she continued into school. Discord laughed. Ha 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 ha! That girl still got the right kind of attitude, I tell ya. As they all met inside the hanging hallway, Rainbow laughed. That's the way to show up that bastard! There you go, Sunny! Sunset gave her friend an easy smile. Oh, I didn't show him up, Rainbow. I just showed him how unimportant he is to the world. Yes, let him claim that he banged a princess. I can point out that I didn't know what or who I was. I could have just as easily been the daughter of a criminal. So what if I'm a princess? At the end of the day, I'm still Sunset Shimmer, and that's all that really should matter, right? That's all that matters to us, Fluttershy said as she hugged her friend, soon joined by the others. The six friends soon joined in an embrace, feeling more in control of their lives than they had in a while. So, you really did change. Sunset turned to look at Cranky Doll, standing and looking at him. It's been an interesting summer, sir.
Yeah, and I heard you told off that punk you used to canoodle with.
To her surprise, he gave her a gruff smile.
Always thought you could do better than that kid anyway.
Sunset couldn't help but return the grin. Funny, I'm in complete agreement with you.
Well, you better get to classes. Princess or not, I'm not putting up with a student being tardy for class. Got that?
Yes, sir, Sunset said with a smile. The girls all looked at one another, then wandered out towards their individual lockers at the beginning of the school year. They could easily catch up during lunch. And when I see you, anytime or any place, you are the reason for the smile on my face. 'Cause you make me feel all my dreams can be real. Oh, it's a new day. Oh, it's a new day. Twice sat down at their usual lunch table, a troubled look on her face. A second later, so did Octavia. You wrote the note too, huh? Try it kind of hard not to. During the break, Phoenix had notes delivered to the five sisters, detailing everything about Raspberry's life, and why she was the way she was. That just breaks my heart. Both looked up to see morose-looking Sonata approaching, carrying a tray of tacos, her comfort food. They think that... Who's she with right now? Octavia cut her off with a question, both out of concern for the young girl, as well as not wanting to hear the issue drug up again. Ari had the closest class to her, so likely her, Sonata explained. They should be here in a few moments. And none too soon. Look who I found. Dacio approached, and behind her were Coco and Crackle, both girls happy as clams to be sitting with the most important juniors in the school. was clear that the eldest triplet was putting up a brave show for the other two girls, but Twilight knew her cousin well enough to know she had been impacted by the note. "Hi, girls," Twilight said to both. "How are you adjusting?" "It's great. Yeah, thanks for asking," Coco replied. "Can we really sit with you for lunch?" "Well, normally you want to sit with friends your own age," Adagio suggested. "But obviously, we don't mind too much. I'll go get us lunch, on me. What do you two want?" "Can I have a burger?" Coco asked. "Pepperoni pizza for me," Cackle added. "Sure thing. Twilight, care to give me a hand?" Adagio asked lightly. "No problem." The two walked over to the line, waving hello to several other fellow students. "Did you read the note?" "I did," Adagio said, keeping her face in a mask of calm. "The poor kid. I hate her counterpart, but even I know this girl isn't that bitch. She did deserve the time of day, Twilight, but this girl needs our help." "Dazi, Raz is gone, okay? Let it go. But yes, I agree otherwise," Twilight told her as she grabbed a tuna sandwich and apple for herself and a burger for Coco. "We should look out for her. She's going to need our help. She's going to need more than that. Fortunately, I think I may have a way to solve that." "Oh?" "Yeah, just let me handle this, okay? If nothing else, I can at least help one raspberry barrel from becoming an ultra bitch." Twilight frowned. "You are not helping your situation, cuz." As the pair returned to the table, they noted the arrival of both Arya and Raspberry, the older girl having introduced her junior charges to one another, while Adagio and Twilight stepped away. To Twilight's surprise, both Arya and Raspberry already had their lunches handy, which meant they had been ahead of them in line and hadn't said anything. Arya grabbed herself a chicken Caesar salad, while Raspberry, to Twilight's mild disgust, had grabbed a beef quesadilla. "Oh, well, that's not going to go over well," Octavia says she got up from her seat to get her own food. "Twilight hates quesadillas." Raspberry looked at the girl with horror. "I'm sorry," she squealed. "I'll go back and get something else." The sound of absolute fear in her voice made the other 5 girls wince in sympathy. "It's okay," Twilight assured them. "I just don't like them. It's not like I'm afraid of them, really. You know, I never did find out why you don't like them. When I was 5, Mom and Dad took the family to Mexico for spring break, so Mom could show us where Grandma was born," Twilight told her. "We stopped at a small roadside restaurant in La Bahia de Navidad and got us lunch. I got a quesadilla and told my parents that the filling was chicken and mushrooms, and I liked it," Twilight sighed. "Unfortunately, they didn't know Mom could speak Spanish and were choking it up about feeding the stupid gringos in the iguana in Nápoles. That's prickly pear cactus, in case you didn't know. Mom tore into them, but the damage was done, and I spent a good portion of the rest of vacation with a really bad case of diarrhea. Since then, I just can't bring myself to eat them." Raspberry looked at Sociato and feel Twilight. "I'm sorry for being so thoughtless," she worried. "You didn't know," Twilight told her. "It's not your fault. You shouldn't have to apologize." "I guess that explains why we don't have Mexican food at the house often, even though you're Hispanic," Adagio commented. "Weird." Wanting to change the subject, Sanaa butted in. "Oh, Crackle, I did get to ask. How are you getting along with Rarity, Rainbow, and AT Sisters?" "Great," Coco chirped. "I had to thank you both for introducing us to them. They're great friends, and now we're joining the Duracells. We get to go get Baptist right along with them." "The world may never be safe again," Adagio said under her breath, earning a slight chuckle from Arya. "That, we're meeting them after school at Sugar Cube Corner Cafe," Crackle added, then turned to Raspberry. "Wanna come?" I don't want to be a bother," Raspberry said meekly. "No, you won't. The other girls are great," Coco chirped, turning instinctively hugging Raspberry. It felt awkward about being hugged by a stranger, but then looked to the other girls for confirmation. Then Twilight nodded. Raspberry allowed herself to relax into the embrace. Coco immediately pulled away and said, "You'll come, right? If it's okay with you. I mean, I don't want to be a bother." Coco took Raspberry's hands in her own. "Promise you'll come, okay? We're friends now. You have to come. We're friends." "Life moves pretty fast," Octavia told Raspberry as she reappeared, lunch tray in hand. "Blink and you'll miss it, and I guarantee you don't want that." Make some friends and enjoy things as they come, okay? I don't know, Raspberry said with uncertainty. Please, Coco pled, flashing puppy dog eyes, looking at the other girl in a rage. She'll need to do the same. Crackle was clearly adamant about it as Coco was. Raspberry relented. I'll do that for you, but okay. Then we'll meet you there this afternoon, okay? Just make sure everything's gonna be fine. Twilight looked at her cousins, even though they didn't say a word. The look in their eyes signaled as much an agreement that could have been vocalized. Okay, Vic, what happened? You need to tell me. It feels so good to be alive, even if a little rain should fall. 'Cause every moment brings a new surprise to us all. Oh, it's a new day. Oh, it's a new day. Oh, it's a new day. Here in you I found a friend who will be with me till the end. Oh, it's a new day. I'm sorry, folks, but I can't help this. Wow, is this the first day of school or Sunset's hair tryouts day? Sunset asked as she sat down at the lunch table. Do we really want to know? Applejack asked her. The flame-haired girl ticked off her fingers. So far today, I've had 22 people ask me out, 4 of which were girls, 7 marriage proposals, 1 of which was a girl, 3 who just offered me sex, again, 1 a girl, and several people who last year hated my guts, but now that I'm a princess, want to be buddy-buddy with me. A weary smirk came over Sunset's face as she groaned. You really learn who your true friends are in times like these. I'm sorry, sweetie, Pinkie told her, claiming to restrain herself from showing public displays of affection. Do you want me to go get your lunch? For once, Sunset wasn't going to argue. If you don't mind me, please. Chicken salad sandwich? Okie dokie looking! Pinkie exclaimed, rushing off immediately to get hers and Sunset's lunches. Well, what do you plan to do about it? Rarity asked. Look, I really don't want to do anything about it, Sunset said. I just want people to treat me as I am. I'm Sunset Shimmer, not Princess Sunset or Alcorn of Earth or anything like that. I'm just a normal girl with perfectly normal problems, right? I hate to bust your bubba, darling, Rarity pointed out, but you are most certainly not a normal girl. Not anymore. And I don't mean in terms of, well, you know. I mean in terms of your terrestrial life as you know it. You are now a princess and a socialite. You were quite attractive before, and now you're, well, fuckable like no tomorrow, Rainbow commented. Figures the living guy, a gay pride flag will say that. Applejack teased. Hey look, I didn't say I wanted to, okay? I've just been hearing the rumors since I've been walking down the hall. The rumors? Firestar asked. Rainbow nodded. Oh yeah. Making finger quotes, Rainbow infected a voice with a nod of her own, imitating other students.
I don't know which one I want more, man, she said in a husky voice. Sunset's money or a creepy thighs?
Or there's this golden nugget.
Man, I gotta see if Sunset needs a trophy boyfriend, because I'll be happy to take that job.
And that's just the guys' comments. Some of the girls are just as bad. Well, she's taken, Pinkie insisted as she came back with lunch, sitting down by Sunset, then sitting next to her, a little bit too closely. Sorry, but singing spuds are for this one, she commented, proudly hooking a thumb at herself. Pinkie, Sunset sighed. Yeah, all I'm saying is that you should stand up for yourself, Rarity advised. I can certainly understand why you do not wish to do so, but you don't want to cause a scene, given that the eyes of the world are watching in a sense. But at the same time, we don't want to see you hurt at all, and this is most definitely hurting you. Maybe it'll die down after today, Sunset said. Or maybe during the assembly, someone in charge will tell to keep people their hormones in check. I certainly hope they do. A thought that crossed her mind. So, Flares, about that thing from this morning? Fireside gave a small private smile. It'll be during the assembly. I'm sorry I'm not telling you much, girls, but I want it to be a pleasant surprise. And Dad and I have been working on this for a while. I really hope you like it. Surprise! Pinkie chirped. Plus, it's for Flares, so I know it'll be good. Fireside blushed. Thanks, Pinkie. But seriously, I hope you'll enjoy it. Don't worry, I think we will, Rainbow assured her. Rainbow does. Will you please not talk with your mouth full of food? Rarity scolded. Sunset started laughing uproariously, must have confused her with the other girls. Finally, after laughing so hard that her sides were aching, Applejack finally said, "Something you want cereal to so?" Wide, loving grin spread on Sunset's face, and she admitted, "After everything I've been through, I can always count on you guys to be the same. Don't ever change any of you. I love you all too much." "Will always be for you, Sunset dear," Rarity told her fondly. "No matter what, we will always be here for you." Meanwhile, in a cafe at Cyrus Hollow, Mary leaned back against her seat, drinking coffee and looking at the local paper. The Hollow Herald was looking to discuss. News on the front page said it all. The whole of Equestria was rejoicing after the miraculous return of Archmage's Princess Raspberry Barrel, who had just come from a faraway land with even greater news. Sunset Shimmer, the daughter of Princess Celestia, had ascended and become an alicorn in her own right. Hard eyes of bright red skinned each line in Homestead extended joke. A haze-grayed hoof ran through a waving mare of goldenrod yellow, disbelieving each sentence that was painted on the paper. Finally, the pony set the paper down in disgust. "All day, hon?" the waitress said, carrying a coffee in her magic field. Yeah," the mare lied, tapping the front page with her wing. "Can you believe this crap?" The waitress shook her head. "Oi, hard to believe that after the winter we've had. Still ponies out there suffering because of T-Rex poverty." The Pegasus looked down where she was tapping. An article with the headline, "T-Rex forces still on rampage. Larry Hills attacked." "Yeah," she recovered. "You think they give up by now, especially with the princess recovered from her ordeal and our forces rebounding. But baddies are baddies for a reason, I guess." "Well, I'll think nothing of it, hon," the ranger said, refilling the mare's coffee cup. "That's why we got your wonderbolts out there saving the day, right?" A lazy smile came over to Pegasus' face. "Yeah, that we do." "Hi, I really appreciate what you do for the realm," the waitress replied, giving her a saucy wink. "Anyway, I'll let you get back to your reading." With that, the waitress walked out to take care of the other customers. The Wonderbolt sighed. She should have taken off her bomber jacket, but they were allowed to wear them when off duty, and now this. This was a rare off-duty day for her, but there had been no rest. Not with this news about the Hyrodale Sunset Simmer. "Spit should have been killed at Celestia Dale a long time ago," the mayor hissed mentally, ignoring the irony of swearing an oath on the victim's mother to bring harm to the victim. Then again, the mayor in question knew quite a bit about how families were set topsy-turvy when it came to Sunset Simmer. Still, meanwhile, seated next to the school government on stage, while Miss Lemonade gave the welcoming address to the incoming freshmen, Twilight felt a certain pride from looking at the rows of other students in their seats before them. But only 2 years ago she had seen Phoenix, Light, and Umi standing on the stage, looking down at Twilight in the crowd, their eyes scanning as to who would likely be someday standing in their place. On the other side of the raised platform, out of the corner of her eye, she could see Phoenix, seated amongst the other teachers, looking placidly down at the students. Twilight wondered if she too was doing the same thing when she looked at Twilight and her cousins. Likewise, Mrs. Lemonade, once a diva herself, probably did the same as well. "Sid, what do you think would replace us?" Octavia whispered to her. While Twilight didn't give a response, she gave a thought about it. Coco had the makings of a future diva. She was kind and caring. Likewise, given Crackle's background, she would back up her friend when needed. Furthermore, given who her sister was, Crackle becoming a future diva would probably restore their family's name. Then, strangely enough, was Raspberry. Despite the fact that she was very unlike her counterpart, there was an inkling of greatness in her timid, fragile girl, based on what little Phoenix had told her. Both Octavia and Twilight had all of this year and the next to decide. It would be something that they would give great amount of consideration to. But for now, Twilight would keep the mantle given to her and trust placed in her by her forebears. The role of a diva was not that of a queen bee. It was a protective students for them. Twilight smiled. In a way, she was very much now like her sister. A protector. given unusual powers and authority, and charged with using them for the benefit of those around her. However, just the thought process made Twilight laugh in the end. All things considered, she'd probably make for a crappy alicorn, the truth be told. Mrs. Lemonade took the seat again. And now, to speak on behalf of the student government and the divas, I present to you Miss Twilight Sparkle, Senior Diva. Polite applause sounded as Twilight left her chair. The student government had chosen her to speak for them. Twilight knew why. When the announcement coming at the last possible moment, it was clear they intended her to fail and look bad. Another one of a series of attempts to hound and harry her. Unfortunately for them, however, Twilight was not only in her element, but she wasn't the same girl a year or reality ago. That's why Sparkle probably would have folded at the first succession, even if it was in their skill set. But now, Twilight had sisters that loved her, and friends that supported her, and even the things she had learned over these past few months. No, she was not the same Twilight Sparkle she used to be. Time to make that perfectly clear. Stepping out to the lectern, she eyed the throng of students before them, giving her the most winning smile. My fellow students, welcome to another year of your academic life. Whether you are in your first year here at Zalcree or preparing to leave its vaulted halls, for the time being, we're all in this together in this sordid institution. We are all Zalcree princesses, and we are all scholars in search of higher truths and greater understanding. Not just the arts and sciences, but of ourselves and what it means to be a student here, and a citizen, each of us growing into our own greater selves as we strive for adulthood. Twilight paused to let her words sink in, then gestured to her teachers. Our educators, do not think of them as stern taskmasters, placing before us dry tomes and endless facts, but instead, people who are tasked to challenge us and make us better. Delivering mysteries and secrets designed to open the universe to us. This past year, I have found out more about myself than I thought possible, and I owe most of it to being a student here at this school. Even at a time I am not in class or even on campus, being a Zalcree girl has instilled in me values and talents that move me forward in life, just as it will do for you. Ask any alumnus of the school, and you'll find that you will answer the same way. We are given so much when we are here, because that is what the world demands of us. We are held to a higher standard, because we are Zalcree girls, and we rise to exceed the challenges before us. The poet Songbird once said of us Zalcree girls, we're kind of magical. I posit before that we are more than that. We make our own magic. We make our own way. And together, we show the world why we are Zalcree. Thank you, and best of luck to you and all your endeavors this year. The applause was far more than they expected. And as she walked back to her seat, the looks of shock in the faces of her challengers made her smile all the more. And it had been Simmer that said Sunset had to be the best Sunset Simmer she could be, and it made Simmer had to be the best Sunset Simmer she could be as well. Twilight didn't know she had a counterpart, or if she did, what that doppelganger was like. But she was sure that she herself had to be the best Twilight Sparkle there was. And right now, she had just shown her detractors what exactly that meant.